Let me press this live on Facebook thingy. Wait a minute, it's just gonna take me away for a minute. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm gonna hit go live and let's see what happens. This is Nkechi is preparing to live stream the meeting. Let me just say, got it. And before I come back, I know you can see me, but I cannot see you, but I got my exercise on tonight. And why do I look like a blank screen here? Do you all see me? Okay, no, that's Facebook there. Okay, let me get back to Zoom. Lord Jesus alive. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. You know, you got to have some kind of fun and some kind of self-care, don't you? You know, so I use this. I write these books so I can have a excuse to just celebrate, you know, and get my dance on. So welcome, everyone. We only have an hour because I got 3 Zooms right after this. God dang, I got to squeeze this in. But for those who don't know, I'm Nkechi, and anyone who's here is here because you know me, because you wouldn't have shown up and all like that. But make sure you put your name and your city over there in the chat. And at some point, my phenomenal assistant, Aforiwa Idawa, will be putting in how you can purchase the books. And I'm going to just start off with a disclaimer, if I may. Yes, right now, for this week, Amazon is the only place where you can get it, but I need you to get that daggone book on Amazon right now. I'm negotiating with a black book distributor right now, but I need to get those numbers up with the terms of, you know, demands, ratings, and all like that. So I'm just trying to get as many sales as I can to get the ratings up, and then y'all can buy an extra book for the holidays. You know, when I get my black book distributor. So we're going to start off with a little very quick, what do we call it? Trailer, y'all. I got a trailer. So Baba Yao, you tell me when you're ready for that trailer. And I'm just really, you know, this republishing of my books from over 30 years ago, really almost 40 years ago. I don't want to say that because that makes it sound like I'm real old. They say 40, well, you know, 56. I mean, how the hell old is she? So I say over 30 years ago, but it really was close to 40. So Baba Yao, you tell me when you're ready for the, it's called the Taifa Trilogy video. There it is. And hopefully a forward can put those links in the chat so that you can just click on it and purchase the books. There we go.
Real soon, coming soon.
Oh, it's okay.
Experience the Taifa Trilogy of Tales for a new generation. Master storyteller Nkechi Taifa resurrects and republishes her popular books for young people from over 3 decades ago as she brings her timeless wisdom for new generations to enjoy. Shining Legacy. Story poems for the young, so black heroes and heroines forever will be sung. Ages 8 years old and up. Shining Legacy celebrates the past through epic ballad, legend, and saga, all accentuated with rhyme. The Adventures of Kojo and Amma, ages 5 years old to 12 years old. Journey with Kojo and Amma through 7 adventures combining excitement, fun, and suspense with lessons in pride and heritage. The children's heroic black cat Sheba brings them good luck as they find themselves in settings ranging from an inner city park to the deep south, and from the island of Jamaica to ancient Egypt. 3 Tales of Wisdom. Anansi's magic helps Ayana get to the Harvest Festival, despite the fact that her sisters failed to follow the 7 principles of the value system. Ages 8 years old and up. Visit nkechitaifa.com for more information.
So apologize for the sound, you know, what can I say? But actually it's on my website, nkechitaifa.org or nkechitaifa.com, what do you call it? Taifa Trilogy trailer. And it's a trilogy because, again, 3 books have been republished from the past. Shining Legacy, The Adventures of Kojo and Amma, and Three Tales of Wisdom. And before we get into our sister to sister conversation with my dear sister, colleague, friend, Dr. Deborah Bernal, Ifabola, and I will explain that just in a moment. We're going to see one more video. I hope the sound, Baba Yao, my techie, I'm not quite sure why the sound wasn't too good, but do you think the sound will be better this time? Is there some kind of magic you need to do? So while he's doing that magic, I see Bill Underwood, I see Queen Karen Garrison, Phil Campbell, I see Alicia, I see Gwen Getty and Fahima and Nkechi, my namesake Nkechi, and Carla, Barbara, and Todd, Ia Marie, Bernita, Dr. Bernita, Cynthia and Kim, Angela and Fraser Jobs. Oh my God, Dale McKinney, Dale, I mean, that was from a long time ago. Wow. Ooh, Lenny Dunstan, Father Amma. Let's see who else we got here. Seshara Taket. Baba Yao, tell me when you're ready. Let's see who else we got. Oh, we got two screens going on here. Oh my gosh. Brother Edward on AC. Deborah Watkins, my sister. Oh, Shoshana Shakur. We got Bomani Shakur. We got Sister Lydia. Sabrina Wood, the Cinnamon Cinema File. We got Michelle Imronzinski. Oh, we got Tony Browder. Oh my God. Oh, Nana Ross. Oh, yes. We got Eddie Sargent. Oh, y'all, thank you. Sister Mashariki, and I need a link. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I got several Zooms, after this. Okay, so Baba Y'all, we ready for that? This video. The second video,
What happens when books you wrote more than 30 years ago get caught in the crosshairs of the debate over the critical race theory? Our next guest knows all too well after the Central York, Pennsylvania School Board banned two of her books from being used in classrooms. And Nkechi Taifa is the founder and the CEO of the Taifa Group, and she joins us from Washington, D.C., also a frequent guest on this show. And Nkechi, what was your initial reaction when you heard that two books that you wrote were actually banned?
Actually, Dell, I was absolutely shocked because these books were written over 30 years ago, one over 40 years ago, and actually they have not even been in print for decades. So to see them turn up on a banned book list, it was just simply incredulous, which let me know they hadn't even read the book. The books weren't even in circulation at that time, which was during the summer. They've just been republished just this week for a new generation of children to enjoy. And I challenge folks to take a look at the books. Why in the world would they ban children's books that I wrote? They also banned a reparations book that I wrote back in 1987 as well.
I want to show our audience, because the books included in the ban were Shining Legacy, a treasury of story, poems, and tales for the young so black heroes, and Forever Will Be Sung, and also, yes, reparations, yes, the legal and political reasons why new Africans, black people in the United States, should be paid for the enslavement of our ancestors and the war against us after slavery. Did they indicate why they think that your children's... Yeah, but did they indicate why they think it's such a big deal that you're talking about whether or not we should be paid for reparations?
Again, I don't think they even seriously, they saw the word reparations banned. They saw black heroes and heroines banned, crass condemnation without any type of effort or attempt at any type of meaningful dialogue. That's essentially what happened. They came under a lot of protests. The students were out there every single day protesting against this long list of banned books, primarily by Black and Latinx authors. And the media caught hold of it. And now the books are not banned anymore. I mean, again, go figure. I think what it is a fear of the truth and a fear of the centering of experiences of those who are not white supremacists. That's the only type of rationale that I can see. My story poems dealt with Rosa Parks and Fannie Lou Hamer and Marcus Garvey and Denmark Vesey and Malcolm X and Fannie, folk that our children need to know about, that help us with our pride and our self-esteem and the historical accuracy of what has gone on in this country. So why should they be banned? Why should we just be stuck with the Dick and Jane, all white Dick and Jane children's stories that I grew up with? We need to expand. There needs to be much more of an authentic multicultural thrust.
I'm curious, did anybody from the York County School Board contact you to say they wanted to explain their move, or was this something just done in absentia? And have you heard from them yet?
Totally and completely done in absentia. Never heard from them. Again, I submit that they probably never even saw the book. My books from 30 years ago were selling on Amazon for over $900, which is the reason why I decided to republish them and bring them back out. I know they never even cracked the book open. They might have just saw the title, Black Heroes and Heroines, Reparations, and decided that those were books that were not to be part of the curriculum of the Central York, Pennsylvania School District.
You have been, since day one, a big reparations proponent. You have testified on Capitol Hill. You are making the push. How concerned are you that if they are banning your books in school districts in Pennsylvania, that the debate over reparations cannot happen because there is such a large swath of the population that is now caught up in this thing called critical race theory that does not want it to happen?
Well, I think that is all the reason why it absolutely must happen, and it must happen sooner rather than later. Everything that we talk about today, whether we're talking about Afghanistan, whether we're talking about Haiti, whether we're talking about the budget, oh my hell, whether we're talking about Star Trek going up there in space, everything is connected to the issue of reparations and the unsolved and unanswered questions left over from the time of the Civil War. So when they talk about critical race theory, they really don't even know what they are addressing. And to seek to bring that into the fold of banned books and what you can teach and what you cannot teach and what is relevant and what is not relevant, it's all tied into the issue of reparatory justice. So what you see on the screen there was a book I wrote back in 1987 when no one was talking about the issue, and it's still very relevant today.
I was going to remind you that controversy often fuels book sales, so sometimes when people try to do you in, they do you justice. Nkechi Taifa, she is the CEO of the Taifa Group in Washington, D.C., frequent guest on this program, and my good friend Nkechi, thank you very much.
That was my 5 minutes fame there, y'all. Okay, so this is an excellent lead into our sister-to-sister conversation, because I have with me none other than my friend, my colleague, my sister from another mother, someone who served on the diversity committee of the Central York, Pennsylvania School Board, who recommended these books and many, many others. They completely dismissed the diversity committee's recommendations and completely banned them. I have none other than my good friend, Dr. Deborah Bernal, who is the site director at Wellspan Psychiatry. And she is also known as Mama Ashe, and she is known as Iya Ifabola. Greetings, welcome, and excuse me, she is an author too. She is the author of Self-Mothering, My Mother's Counsel. So welcome, Dr. Deborah Bernal, Mama Eshe, Iya Ifabola. How are you, my sister?
I am fabulous and so glad to be here and so excited for the republication of these books. They need to be out. They need to be throughout, like you said, a new generation of this community and the wider community, which is one of the reasons your books were on the list to begin with, because I had been part of the curriculum committee for the diversity committee, and we were just at the point of gathering books to be discussed when the ban happened. The ban actually happened November of last year, and they stopped us from all discussions related to those books. But the publicity came because they sort of secretly banned them, but when the principal announced to the faculty the beginning of this school year that they couldn't use or access those books. And we're not just talking about curriculum, just as reference books for the teachers to answer questions. You know, reparations is now a topic that a student might ask their teacher about. So they need to have background information. They need to have appropriate resources, and these resources were banned.
Wow. I mean, it is just totally incredulous to me. Do you know whether I'll ask the question that Del Walters asked on Black News Channel? Did they even look at any of these books? They banned Ibrahim Kendi's books. They banned stuff from PBS. They did ban stuff from the African American History Museum. Did they even look at these materials?
They didn't. They banned them as a whole. They just, anything that the committee had recommended to even look at, we hadn't even made suggestions of how they should be used, where they should be used, what they were appropriate for, and they stopped our work and banned the books out of hand. And I know they didn't have my copy of reparations, yes. So I don't know where
and they couldn't get it nowhere else. It's been out of print for decades.
Reference it if we had gotten to that discussion, but hey, we hadn't even got there.
Yeah. Wow. So, I understand that the books are now unbanned. I mean, what does that mean, and how did that come about?
Well, that came about from protests of the students, demonstrations of the students, and the negative publicity. But don't think you're out of the woods yet. They might be banned again, because what they have decided to do was they did take the ban off, but the discussion's not over, and they have they have hired a new superintendent. Unfortunately, the superintendent who was part of the diversity committee, who started all the discussion, was ready to take on the challenge of this time with the Central York community, decided to retire, probably from stress, and his assistant retired. Both of these men very committed to diversity. And so they've hired Dr. Peter Aiken from Mannheim Central School District. He comes in November. And unfortunately, he admits that there is little cultural diversity in the district which he represents currently. So does he even know anything about diversity? And they have stopped the diversity committee from meeting, quote unquote, awaiting Dr. Aiken to come to Central York School District. So this whole entire school year, the diversity committee has not met.
So how did I understand that the students got involved and there were protests? Can you tell us anything about that and what impact that might have had on the school district changing its mind?
It had a significant impact, because this isn't the first set of protests that we have had to have for this school board. When they banned the curriculum committee from meeting and scaled down what the diversity committee was able to work on, there were protests at that time. The diversity committee was supposed to work on curriculum, staff development, co-curricular activities, home and community connections, and minority recruitment for the district. They narrowed it down to wellness support and services, family engagement, and the Central York Showcase, which is a monthly district celebration. So the work we had done Me personally, for the past 10 years, and the committee for the past 15 years before this year, was virtually put to a halt.
So we're listening to Dr. Deborah Bernal, also known as Mama Ashe, and Ifa Bola, who serves on the Diversity Committee of the Central York, Pennsylvania School District, the school district which dismissed their Diversity Committee's recommendations for culturally relevant material and just sua sponte banned everything. And, you know, it's interesting, Shining Legacy, again, not your regular history book. It's a history book that tells about our history. It tells about Black heroes and heroines, ranging from Joseph St. Q, who led the rebellion on the slave ship Amistad, to Toussaint Louverture, who, if it had not been for him, and Christophe and Dessalines, Louisiana probably would not, the whole area territory would not be part of the United States. Denmark Vesey, who led one of the most ambitious rebellions, over 9,000 Black people fighting against enslavement. Harriet Tubman. Harriet was strong. She never went wrong. Sojourner's Truth, the mighty Marcus Garvey, Paul Robeson, Fannie Lou Hamer, Rosa Parks, John Coltrane, Malcolm X, and also in the back, work projects and activities for the youth. There's pictures on just about every, on every page. This is what they sought to ban. Three Tales of Wisdom back in 1983 was part of Shining Legacy in the back. If you remember, y'all know I'm a revolutionary, but I'm a romantic, and I always like that whole Cinderella theme stuff. I swear, I just say. So I made up my own Cinderella story called Ayana, the Beautiful Flower. And instead of the fairy godmother, it was Anansi the spider, okay, that, played that role. And instead of going to the ball, they were going to the harvest festival, celebrating the first fruits of their new African nation since the Black nation became free. And so that was my story with respect to that in Three Tales of Wisdom. And then another tale was remembering Garvey, a Marcus Garvey story, a young brother growing up in Harlem, learning the story of the mighty Marcus Garvey. And then the other one, Jabari's incredible journey, about a young boy and learning wisdom from just a myriad of adventures with animals and birds and all those other kind of things. And again, also African proverbs in the back and pronunciation guide, because I got Kiswahili words and glossary and work projects and activities. And the Adventures of Kojo and Amma, it has a new cover now. This is the old cover. I'm still waiting to receive that book from Amazon. Stuff is slow, but this is the answer, folks. The Adventures of Kojo and Amma, that's the answer to those Dick and Jane stories from the past, okay? I remember that's all I had was White Dick and Jane. I mean, they were great stories. They were great adventures, but was there anyone there that looked like me? No. So I created some stories. Sheba the cat, Sheba the black cat who brings good luck. That whole theme of the cat, the magical cat, Bass from the ancient Committing tradition. A story called Danger in the Park After Dark, dealing with social justice issues happening now. The man with the red, black, and green cap. That's that's not on here. Brother Shaka, who helps the young people and teaches them about their history and their culture. And then a nice fun one called Fun in the Sun. Okay, just nice, adventures that little Black children are going in. Smoke and Flames, dealing with the issue of danger and safety. Kings and Queens of the Nile. Okay, again, these richly colored illustrations, bringing all of these stories to life. I mean, this is what you get when you get Nkechi Taifa stories, the Taifa trilogy of tales for a new generation, and a new generation because, my God, it's been a whole generation since these books first came out. And then the last story in Adventures of Kojo and Amma. It's called Save the Land. Oh yeah, we got some politically conscious stuff up in here. No, it's not anything that should be banned. These are stories based on truth about, land just getting taken from Kojo and Amma. Those are the two children in the book, from their great grandfather, and how they helped him, along with Sheba the cat and the man with red, black, and green cap, how they helped him save the land. And again, work projects in the back. Shining Legacy was illustrated by Mary Greer. If you all remember Mary Greer, Mary Maduki Mayaskara from way back in the day. And they were originally black and white images. And our sister Free Benjamin, y'all know Free Benjamin, brought color to the stories of that, as well as in Three Tales of Wisdom. And the Adventures of Kojo and Amma was illustrated by Mama Afia Inson Banzu, and Phil Campbell, who is on the screen right now, who also heralds from York, Pennsylvania. So she knows all about that. She was referred to me by Dr. Bernal, edited The Adventures of Kojo and Amma for me. So before I turn back to you, Dr. Bernal, we are going to open it up for Q&A. I want to remind folks, now is the time. The books, a direct link to the books are in the chat. Thank you, Mama Afua. All you have to do is click on the link. And even though it's a trilogy, you purchase the books one by one. They're both $12.99. And again, yes, we're dealing with Amazon right now tonight, because I'm just trying to see what kind of ratings I can get up. But I'm in negotiations right now with the book publisher. I publish my own books, House of Song A2 Publishing Company. But distributor, right, to distribute the books. So Mama Ashe, Dr. Bernal, what final words before I want you to stay up here because we're going to open up for Q&A. Do you have to say about, who knew all this was going to happen? I was going to republish them anyway, because I saw them selling, the books were selling on Amazon over $900. Good grief, Lord. And, but then I heard all of this and I said, well, I wrote an article that I called, "Thank You for Banning My Books," because it gives me a platform now. I got on Black News Network talking about why my books were banned, and folks can say, come on, get the book. And y'all tell me, is this something that should be banned? Or is this something that Black children and all children, should be able to avail themselves of? Back to you, Dr. Bernal.
Well, I can't wait to buy the books and send them to York Library and talk to the local media and let people know that they're there so that they can access them and purchase them, because students, the protesters need to know that they're available, and they need to read them themselves so that they know the argument, so that they can say these are culturally relevant and they should be shared not only for me, but so everyone knows our true history. And it's obvious that they're scared of the truth, but the truth will set us all free. So we're gonna keep telling our stories. Because if we don't tell our own stories, then the hunter will always
the tale of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. Yes, I love that quote.
I love that proverb. So we have to tell our own stories, and we have to push this issue. There's a hotly contested school board race coming up. 5 seats are available because a couple people have left the school board because of these issues going on. And so it's hotly contested, and hopefully we'll get some diversity. There are diverse people running for school board now. It is not diverse now.
It is not diverse now, but hopefully with the efforts that you and Phil Campbell and others that are out there in York, Pennsylvania, it will be diverse, and they would stop, as Roach Brown says, all this joogie boogie, and get about the real business of educating our youth. So I want to open up for Q&A, and I'm going to take the spotlight off of us so that we can see everybody. Let me see, remove spotlight. And how do I remove my own spotlight? I think I see Angela and Fraser Jobs. Where's my spotlight? I can't. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, here it is, remove spotlight. Oh gosh.
You don't have to spotlight me. I can just ask my question.
Okay, but I think now whoever speaks will get spotlight. Angela Fraser Jobs, what's your question? My sister, solid sister.
How you doing? So congratulations about the books. I'm really excited to order them. I have a niece who unfortunately has a grandmother who is QAnon, if you can imagine. So I am very excited to order these books and send them to my nephew so that he can read these books of this little girl. Two questions. One is to Dr. Bernal. I'm curious as to, since you're there in Pennsylvania, if you know of the students who staged the protest, because it would be great to have them on to give them props. Second question for Nkechi is, since the books prior to you re-releasing them are selling on Amazon for $900, are you reaping any of the benefits of that? I didn't think so, but I figured, let me ask the question.
No, and really, it's not Amazon doing it. Amazon allows anyone who might have had a book from decades ago to put it on the marketplace, and hopefully no one is stupid enough to purchase my book for $900. No, I would never get a cent of that. No.
Right. Okay. So it's not Amazon specifically. It's a buyer who bought the books at one point and is reselling. Okay. All right. Thank you. So
yes.
And just to answer your question about Central York, I don't know the student groups that have been protesting. I haven't been able to access those. They didn't occur at any time when I had available to participate at all. But I am interested in continuing to work with students in York. For 10 years, I worked in a mentorship program at Central York High School for a diverse population of at-risk students. And I don't know if you know, but all of our students are at risk.
No doubt.
Because anything could happen to any student of any race. So everybody's at risk. So it was a diverse group, and we were working with them for up until the time of COVID. And since then, we haven't had access to the students. And that could be part of what's going on with the school board. I haven't been told that. But I'm definitely on the list of persona non grata when it comes to diversity at Central York School District and the school board. So hopefully it will change.
So we have one more very short video, and then we're going to go back to Q&A. We will be stopping right at 7, but we have one more short video. This is about a New York education initiative that I understand, thanks to my sister Ross Prudhomme, who's on the line. My books have been recommended to be part of this effort. So Baba Yao and then Michelle Imwanzinski, we're going to come to you for a question as soon as we see this very brief video. Baba Yao, thank you.
In all 5 boroughs, Sharon Crowley shows us how the groundbreaking new program is coming together.
Our history starts in American textbooks with our arriving here as slaves, but it doesn't talk about what black people have contributed to the development of the world.
Dr. Shungo Blake is one of a group of educators creating a new Black Studies curriculum for New York City public school students. It's called the Education Equity Action Plan.
We want to show the things that we've done in America besides just the civil rights movement. I was shocked that I had to go to the movies to learn that black women helped put a man on the moon.
And learning about the life and accomplishments of NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson will be part of this new Black Studies curriculum. Right now, New York City school children learn about slavery and the civil rights movement and leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. However, Dr. Blake says so many more greats in ancient and modern history are left out. Some parents of public school children I spoke to in Harlem tell me they agree with Dr. Blake.
It's important to understand, to know who you are, to identify and continue to just build on what it means to be who you are. And as an early age, most kids are trying to just figure that out.
Eric Waterman and his wife, Monique Chandler Waterman, have 2 teenage daughters. They wish their daughters had been taught more about Black history when they were in elementary and high school.
We need to see ourselves in the curriculum. They need to know who to look up to. They need to identify. You don't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. So it's important to have equitable plan when it comes to our Black and brown communities.
Kaya Royal has a 4-year-old daughter who's just beginning her New York City public school education. She stands to benefit early from this new Black Studies curriculum, as it will start in kindergarten and continue through the 12th grade, beginning in the next calendar school year.
A step in the right direction in instilling knowledge of self, that again, the textbooks, the curriculum reflects the children. When she goes to school, she can see pictures of people that look like her and what she's learning.
Well, this initiative includes training teachers. The idea is that the program would roll out first as a pilot in a few schools and then expand to every school in the city. It is, of course, supported by the school's chancellor and many local lawmakers. Steve?
Very well. All right. Thanks, Sharon.
All right. Again, thank you, Mama Nana Raz Pudham, for recommending my books for that program. And Michelle, I think you have your hand up for a question. I'm going to remind everyone, thank you for all the wonderful news in the chats. And, just purchase one or all 3 of the books if you like. Just click on the link. I'm just trying to get, numbers up. But hopefully within the next month or so, we'll have a Black book distributor, at least before Kwanzaa. But right now, check it out now. And you tell me, should the books be banned? Michelle.
Oh, thank you so much for having this. I'm so excited to meet you virtually. And I've heard about you for a long time, and I'm very honored, to be here. I'm so happy I was able to get the 3 books tonight. I've been wanting to get them forever. And I have a little one, so this will be great for her because I want her to know who she is. The question I have is, I know you used to have a program a long time ago. Do you have something for the little ones that you're doing, like maybe virtually? Or can you start one on Saturdays?
I used to be a teacher, a 1st grade teacher at Watoto School, but that was like, decades ago that was. Dr. Bernal, have I done anything since?
Well, on the Free Favor Daniels show, you said you used to do like a Saturday program for the kids.
Oh my God, yeah. I was in college. That was in the mid-70s. I was in high school and college. Yes, I had a Saturday school for children. And yeah, I probably mentioned the FBI went to the parents in the neighborhood and told them not to send the children to my school because we would be poisoning them. Yeah, that was, I write about that in my memoir.
Yes. Oh, I have that too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, I went on from there to go to law school and was doing lawyer type stuff and
that's awesome
stuff. So, yeah, so I'm not as focused on the young ones, but it always was about history and wanting everyone, young and old alike, to know about our history. Is there another hand that's raised? I don't remember how to see the hands.
I would just like to say to Michelle that don't wait for Nkechi to do it. you can read the books. You can have a meeting. You can have a Saturday Zoom and invite all the children of the world to come and listen to you do Nkechi's book and share her stories. And you might find later on other authors that you can use on your program. So, you know, this is a time when we have to hand the baton to other people to continue the work we start.
Yes, thank you very much. And I see my namesake, Nkechi Feaster's hand up. I think I figured out the hand thing. Where are you, Nkechi? I know you're on here somewhere.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. All right. Her mama named her after me. Well, we not say how old you are, but I think I was.
I don't mind, but I won't say it if you mind.
I don't care. It's all good. Yeah. But go ahead, Nkechi, talk to us.
So some know, some don't know. My mother was pregnant with me when she came across this phenom and decided that she liked her and her name so much that her child would be given this name. It's a lot to live up to, so I don't try. I just use it as a great example of how I can live. But I am certainly excited to be able to have these books in my library because I didn't get a chance to read them when I was little and coming up. But one thing that my mother always talked about, and my cousin, who was the way that we were introduced, my mother was introduced to you, always talked about was self-publishing. Nkechi did it. What was that process like for those who don't have that knowledge and might want to think about doing it themselves? Because with Amazon being, a lot of people are against trying to go that route. It's the quickest, it's the easiest, it's the most accessible, but it is also one of the most harmful ways small businesses can be hurt in this day and age just by the way that they do business. So what about the self-publishing practice that you have come into? Can you let others know about?
Okay, sure. So when I first published my books, I called it Kitchen Tabletop Publishing. Wasn't no Amazon. There wasn't no computers. There was none of that. I mean, cut and paste literally was cut and paste, and they had these press type things that you would press on and this and that. So there was none of that around. But during that time, there really weren't hardly any Black books out there. Eloise Greenfield had her great books out there. Lucille Clifton, but there wasn't what you see out there in bookstores today. So it really was, there was no internet. It really was word of mouth and the like. But even as it was, I had Shining Legacy. Oh, guys, it's in the old book, not in the. It had over 10 printings, believe it or not. And I mean, I might have printed 500 books here or 1,000 books there, but I'm a college student. I mean, right out of college, And so when I decided to just bring them out again, they call it independent publishing now, but I had already done it one time. So I said, I'm going to just go on it and do it again. But I am committed to not have Amazon be the only distributor. So I'm in conversation now. And I see that Deborah Watkins, my good colleague from the West Coast, has her hand up. And she has been just a great supporter of me and everything that I've done. Deborah, do you have a question? I see your hand up.
Let me come on camera. I was trying to get a brown hand, but I don't know how to get a brown hand. But anyhow, I was asking the lady, can you tell me how to get a brown hand? So I wanted to respond to Marilyn. Marilyn, hopefully you're still here. I put in the chat that Queen Thais Snowden, amazing African-centered programming that's virtual. And so I don't want you to leave here, lamenting the fact that Nkechi's she's not doing what she did in undergrad. There is a lot out there. And so I put it in the chat, Homeschool Collective. So please Google them and get in that network.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. And I'm so excited. I already got my 3. I just ordered my 3. And then I put in the chat that my network will be distributing them across the country. We can hardly wait.
I know you will be. I love you so much.
I love you more.
Thank
you
so very much. Do we have another hand? Let me see. Oh, I see. So, there go Roach Brown, Roach and Martine waving at me. Let me do some more shout outs here. I see Denise Boone here, Marsha Ricky, Mama Tendai. Oh my God, Carlisle Holder. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out. Aisha, we were just together at the film festival. Okay, someone was requesting a live transmission. I don't know what that means, but I pressed the button. Yeah, Alicia. Yeah, all of y'all, thank you for joining. I'm just trying to see any other names. Brother Haru, Sunshine King, Sister Kanke, Amma, Doma, okay. This is, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see if there's any last words. And then what I'm going to do is put on the music again. And if folk want to go in and purchase the books in the, last 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to do it. If you want to dance and get your dance on, and y'all bring it up. I want to start with Celebrate, but let me see if any more. I see Sister Lydia.
Yeah, Angeline.
Bill Underwood. I'm sorry, y'all. If you read my memoir, Black Power, Black Lawyer, there's a chapter in there that says Underwood should be home by now. Underwood is home. He's there on the screen after 33 years, unjustly incarcerated after all of that time. He's here. He's testifying before Congress. He's meeting with officials at the DOJ. He's doing all those things. Wave your hand, Bill. Underwood, wave that hand, brother. Yeah. Okay, so someone had another question. Did I hear another question?
I was saying that Angeline Frazier Giles has
had her Angeline hand. Forgot to put her hand down. Tendai got her hand. We got a brown hand. And Fahima, okay, we're gonna go with the brown hand first. Tendai, talk to us.
I'm saying that I would have a brown hand. I had put in the chat and I didn't know if you see it because I'm still working with HBCUs. So what I'm gonna do, even though I bought the original ones for my kids, I'm gonna buy a set for the teacher education department. And I'm gonna ask each of the schools that I work with to buy a set for them, especially for their elementary school programs that they have where they're training teachers at the HBCUs. So I had actually given a charge and said, any of you all who have graduated from an HBCU, would you mind buying a set and donating it to the teacher education department so that these teachers will have access to the book. So Mama, congratulations, love you. And I'm always in your corner. Peace.
I know you are. Thank you so very much. Asante Sana Medasi. And I will be looking at the chat. I'm saving the chat. And if if you're still on, if you can put the website in the chat, because once the Zoom is over, you can go to my website. You can order my books. You can order the Black Power, Black Lawyer, and they're all over in Black bookstores too. Black Power, Black Lawyer, and I have a new reparations book coming out in hopefully January. So be on the lookout for that. Fahima, my sister Fahima Sack, talk to us.
Yeah, yes, and Nkechi, just as I always do. While we were on here, I was sending things out to Tavis Smiley's station on the West Coast, and hopefully Dominique DePrima will be reaching out to you in the coming days.
Oh, my sister, y'all always got my back. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. All right. David Murphy got his hand up. Talk to us, brother.
Yes, greetings. Yes, I came in pretty much up the middle of your conversation, and I commend you and I thank you for your writings and your history. But I just, but I heard about banning and all of these different things, but I've been publishing for over 40 years. and in black media, in which we only own less than 1%. But I believe you already know I'm not a historian. But the way things goes is this: in any country throughout the diaspora where people have been colonized, the first thing they do, they try to take away your culture, and then they take away your communication. And it's true here in America as well. And so, it's not shocking or surprising that they would do all of these things so that we cannot get this type of education or information for one another. That's why it's so important. And I commend you again for having a dialogue just like this amongst us, so we can help each other, support one another, because that's going to be the only way we're going to get this information out there. Now, we can go on the protest line, we can do all of these things, but for right now, the system is still in place. So we have to do what we need to do for us, and thank you.
Thank you very much, David Murphy. And now I know exactly who you are because I get your newspaper all the time, the National Black Unity News that I found out about from my sister, from another mother, Cynthia Jahi, whose hand is up. So, Cynthia, I'm going to give you the last word. We're going to turn on the music, buy books for those who haven't danced, and I'm going to close it off because I got 3 more Zooms waiting for me. So, Cynthia Jahi, my sister.
Yeah, Jumbo, everybody, I'm glad that David came. I'm so excited to know Nkechi. We got the book as a gift from her when our daughter was 7. Then we got back in touch with each other. And when my grandson turned 7, here we are again working on another project. And the books came right back into our lives. So we're so excited to have this intergenerational type of thing wherein we've been able to share the word. I do substitute teaching, and I've been able to take those books around with me, and the children love it. And keep this in mind, without the golden legacies and the books that Nkechi have, they will not hear about Marcus Garvey. They'll hear about Harriet Tubman, but they will not learn about Marcus Garvey unless they have the books that Nkechi Taifa has put out. They will never hear about Nat Turner without the books that Nkechi Taifa puts out. So I'm so glad to know you, and we will continue working together. So
I love you so much. Thank you so much, my sister. Everybody, Cynthia and Todd and Phil and Queen Karen, Dale Kennedy, Carlisle Holder, my brother, Rocha Mertine, Dr. Bernita, Tendai, Lydia, my cousin Carla, Bill Underwear, Angela and Denise Boone, Amma Yamatre, Seshara, Nikawi, Nikichi, dear Barbara Watkins, Aisha, that's just my first screen. I love you. And thank you, Dr. Deborah Bernal, Mama Eshe, Ifai Bola for everything. Let's turn on that music. Let's celebrate, y'all.
And have a good time.
All right,
Congratulations,
y'all. I love you all. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for coming and celebrating me. Y'all know I always need an excuse to have a good party. But I got some Zooms I got to get to now.
Okay.
I got 2 computers.
Hey,
Bill.
Hey, family.
Hey.
Merry Christmas to you, man. How y'all? All right. How you doing? Good, man. Good seeing you, brother.
Yep,
Yes,
looking
sir. Good
good.
seeing y'all. Yes.
Congratulations, Nkechi.
Thank you. I'm going to save this chat so I can look at it. Like Sabrina said, she got her 3 books. Everybody say they got their books. Prime delivery, Aisha.
Anthony
No one does
dozen
promotion
for
like
school.
Nkechi. Anthony wants 3 dozen. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Well, he has to get the wholesale thing. So I'll talk to him about that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm saving this chat so I can look at. Okay. Oh, no. Let me take a picture. Let me take a picture of the screen. Dang, gone.
Oh, we all should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all should do that. Right.
I have to take 2
That's
pictures
right.
because there's 2 screens. One.
Karen,
And
where
half
you
the
at?
people have left.
Put Karen back up.
Well, I don't know how to do that.
Garrison.
Yeah, Queen Karen is
Put her
there.
right here.
I'm here.
Karen,
All right,
you
good.
still?
All right, I
Yeah.
got it.
Hey, Anthony, I didn't see you. Did you see Karen, Bill?
Yes,
Oh,
I
there
saw.
she is. Hey, y'all, we all connected.
You dropped my book.
13.
Alicia. Denise. My business
Bill.
partner
I'm
from
so
a long
glad that
time
you're
ago.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cynthia Jahi, you see Denise Boone? You remember Denise?
She just stepped out the room.
Oh, okay. Okay, y'all, but I do gotta go. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, the
Okay.
Zoom queen is out.
I love you all.
I see you on
Dale
Facebook.
Kennedy. McKinney. A long time ago, are you the same Dale from a long time ago? Dale, I remember you.
Yes, I am. I wrote you a while back.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I answer?
Yeah, I believe you did. I believe you answered. I have to go back and look it over. I'll resend you what I sent you earlier since we've had a chance to see each other. I'll resend you what I sent you earlier, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that. It's been
a
long time. Tony Browder's been off screen, but I see him there, or an avatar or something along those lines. But I'm so impressed. Yeah. Hey. But y'all, I gotta close this out. A forward, thank you so much, as always, for everything, my sister. Who's that little one? Oh, Anthony, who you got there?
My pleasure.
Who that, Anthony Underwood?
Huh?
Who's that little one?
My grandson, he went to
grandson.
Grand. That's a grand.
You see my
Oh,
see my
that's
dad. Y'all all see my
Sunshine.
dad? That's my father. Everybody see my father, Anthony? He my dad.
Oh, yeah, right. I know he be telling you what to do.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah. Oh, I ought to play Michael
Love you,
Jackson because I
love you.
just can't never say goodbye. But y'all, I gotta
See,
go.
all right.
That's all right. We understand.
I'm supposed to be in a class and a meeting. So I'm one computer, I'm gonna be in the class about health, Brother Akmal's class, and the other one I got a meeting I gotta be in, and I'm 8
I
minutes.
thought I was the only one that did that with 3 devices when I'm at work.
I know I do that. I got
do
2
the
computers
same.
and a phone. So yeah, because because you can be on mute and off camera on one, and you can be participatory on the other and switch back and forth, and nobody knows. So why I tell my secret?
Wow.
Hey, William, you should be lucky to have such a good daddy. He looked like your daddy with that
Yeah.
gray beard.
He is. I'm fortunate. I'm blessed to have. I'm blessed to have a dad like him. A great dad. He's a great dad. Absolutely. He's a great father.
Baba
Good-
Yao,
There he
thank
is.
you,
Look at
my techie. We had some little bumps here on this one, but it's all good. And not the regular Nkechi perfection though, but it's all good.
All good.
You got back on track. Okay, y'all, I gotta go.
All right.
Oh, and Phil
Love y'all.
got the
Love y'all.
Kojo and Amma up there. that's what the new cover looks like. The Adventures of Kojo and Amma. It just didn't arrive in
Right,
time
Karen.
for my launch, but it's all good. Okay, I'm going to end this.
All right.
Love you all. Thank you.
Love you.
Really, thank you very
Good
much.
night.
Peace.
All right.
Peace and blessings.
All right, peace.
I'm counting down. When I say Tatu, I'm ending the meeting. Moja and Billy.
Electricity.
Tatu means me.
All right, Roach, Martine.
All right.